Shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that's teaching this truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 1/3. Today's lesson, I'm just pretty much gonna talk about how polluted and defiled Israel is, man. You know what I mean? And how on a spiritual level and on the physical level, man. All right, and how bad that the Most High pretty much caused us to not know anything about ourselves. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? And also what Esau does, all right, to make sure we still don't know anything about ourselves, where we truly come from, who our power is, and all these things, right? Because you have to look at it this way, man. The Lord said, read Deuteronomy 28. Okay, all the curses are laid out. All right, all these things would befall upon us, man. And all those things that befell upon us are a sign to know who we are today, man. Because we fell from all of that, man. All right, but going into on our spiritual level, man, the Lord said not to eat these abominations. All right, you defiling yourselves with these abominations, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, on a spiritual level, man, the Most High is not seeing you worthy to even, for you to even know this truth, right? So if you're eating these things, and then for generations and generations you're eating these things in slavery, you're eating pork, because you have no other choice to survive, kind of thing. We have no choice, right? So you got to think of it this way. During hardcore slavery bondage, if the master's giving you food, you're eating it, right? You're eating whatever you can. You don't know. All right, you don't know what's pretty much right from wrong. At that point, you don't have the law. You don't know, and this is what the Most High done to us. All right. So you're eating pork for generations on generations, eating all type of pig foot, pig fat, pig this, pig that. Hardcore slavery. You're having children now. Think of it this way. You're having children now. And then your children's children are having children. But all that food that you consume, all that stuff that you consume, it goes into your offspring, right? So then now your offspring that's what your offspring has pretty much forms of that swine spirit. I'm just giving an example, right? Your offspring has that swine spirit, but then now they're eating swine, so that it's like doubling, man. And it's like on a spiritual level, that all that is keeping you away from the Most High. It's as simple as that, as simple as it might be. Not to mention all the trauma through the generations that we as Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans went through, man. You know what I mean? And so, like all the trauma, man. We actually have. There's a term out there called generational trauma, right? And all Israel suffers from that, man. So that's in your DNA, when that's what we suffer from, man. Whether you know it knowingly or unknowingly, right? Most of us, we don't know we have that, right? But when you come into this truth, you realize, like, wow, we're fucked up, man. Israel is fucked up, man. You know what I mean? So then another point I wanted to make was, say you had a grandmother or whatever. Say you had a mother, and she's constantly taking, I call it, Esau's medicine, right? All those pills, or whatever, prescription pills, right? She's constantly taking those prescription pills. All right. Don't you those whatever is in those prescription pills obviously is not good. If she's having a child or something, or whatever she's taking in her past or whatever, that trickles down onto the child, man. You know what I mean? All that stuff trickles down because whatever you consume, it can trickle down to your child, man. So then your child is now adapting to that spirit. All right. They had a term called crack babies when Esau put out the crack epidemic, right, on our people. You had a term called crack babies. All right, babies born in the 80s, I believe, and that their parents were on crack and they're having children, and they're crack babies, man. You know what I mean? So that trickled down. So that's how we're gone, man. We're fried. We're out. Like, our people are gone. To the sense where they can't even. Esau did his toll, but obviously, ultimately, it's to the Most High, right? The Most High is doing to where we lost our spiritual connection. All these things, it takes away from our spiritual connection to the Most High, man. The things we eat, the things we consume, right? And then not to mention now the ideologies of this world, the things we believe in, what we think is right. Okay, the witchcraft of Esau, what we've been taught, when you've been taught a lie over and over and over again, and taught a lie that to believe that it's the truth, right? And then you tell your children and your children's children, and it's just it's just a never-ending cycle, man. And it just goes to show how far we fell, man. You know what I mean? It's honestly a blessing if you ever wake up to this truth, and I hope this is very therapeutic to you if you do ever, click this video, right? But yeah, man, like this is not therapeutic, but relatable. You know what I mean? And it builds your spirit that you found this truth. I should say, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. But yeah, man, this is how it is. Like, we fell, man, and there's so many things that keep us away from the Most High, man, and ultimately it's sin, man. Sin is what's gonna keep us away from the Most High. We continue to do sin knowingly or unknowingly, man. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, the end, the wages of sin is death, man. You know? Yeah. But, yeah, man, Israel's polluted and defiled, man. We're done. From the land we're on, everything, man. It's crazy. The land itself is polluted, right? We're in a polluted land. Okay? The land itself, like I said, yeah, man. The land itself is polluted. So what? How? What do you think the people, if, you know what I mean? The people are fucking polluted, man. Everything in the air, everything we breathe, all right? Everything that Esau's put in the sky, the chemtrails, everything, man. All ultimately all set to block your spirituality connection with the Most High, man. But I'm gonna get this. This is Jeremiah 17:1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart, and upon the horns of your altars, whilst their children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills. All right, so you have it to where even your children are reverencing, your sin and wickedness for everyone to see, kind of thing, right? Like I said, it's a generational thing. O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, and thy high places for sin throughout all thy borders. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies. All right, so you gotta think about it. Who on this earth and who on the planet has discontinued from their heritage that don't know technically exactly where they come from? You gotta ask yourself that. You know what I mean? And you gotta really figure that shit out, like pinpoint it, man. And ultimately, that comes down to the Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you people you are the people that are a mystery and an anomaly, all in one, man. And there's more other words to describe you as well, but for this particular matter, man, this is the mystery right here. Who discontinued from their heritage? Um, it says, "And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever." All right? Because why? We went off, man. We sinned. We sinned against the Most High. Ultimately, you know what I mean? But that obviously is no excuse for what we've done. All of us are guilty of sin. Everyone is, right? All Israelites are. No one Israelite is more righteous than the other. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? The word is, yeah, we're all guilty of sin. That's the point I'm trying to make. It says, "For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever," man. All right, and that anger got poured out on us when we were in hardcore slavery, and now we're going back into hardcore slavery in the sense that through Jacob's trouble, man. Esau's gonna unleash his horns again, man. Just like on slavery, but it's gonna be worse now, man. Especially for you Israelites. Okay? That's how it's gonna get, man. You know? But yeah, I just wanted to keep it not even short, but edifying to the point. Um, you know? Mm. I guess I can get one more. Deuteronomy 28:68, "And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again." And there you shall what? You weren't able to see your homeland again, man. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, man. So no man will be able to save you, alright? As you're being discontinued from your heritage, man. And as you read up in Deuteronomy 28:15 on down are all the curses, right? So if you read that, then you realize how fucked up you're gonna be and how your spirituality with the Most High is gonna be gone, man. You know what I mean? Definitely. I'm not gonna get into it, but this highlights the curses, man. All right, this is like not even a foundation, but this is like milk. All right, this is milk. But yeah, with that, I'd like to say shalom and hope you're edified.